Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Today we'll be speaking about Jira reporting in Power BI, the use cases and dashboard examples, which reports you can build in Power BI using Jira. We thank you, everyone who has joined our live session. It's a little bit exciting for us, but we hope it would be also interesting for you. So let's start. Let's start from introducing ourselves. We are from AlphaServe. My name is Anna. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer and responsible for business development and partnership. So as you see, I'm not a technical person, and I will be presenting the business part of the presentation. And here's my colleague Liubov.
Hello, everybody. My name is Liubov, and I'm responsible for technical support. So I'm going to speak about more technical questions.
Yes, just a few words about our company. We are a software development company since 2003. We are with Atlassian for 4 years already, being the Platinum Marketplace partner with 24 Atlassian apps. Part of our portfolio is the BI connectors for Jira. That's why actually we are talking about this today. Besides Atlassian, we also operate on ServiceNow, Zendesk, and Shopify marketplaces with Power BI connectors. We have more than 5,000 installations for all of our products used by various companies from all over the world. And one more note from my side is we are on a live session today, and we are from Ukraine. There can be an issue that something happens and you can hear the air alarm. Don't be afraid and just ignore it. It will not last too long, and we will continue the session anyway. So let's jump on the topic. Agenda for today. So we will start with a brief introduction about why Jira is actually used for business analytics. And then we'll talk about why companies normally use Power BI for building Jira reports instead of, for example, inside Jira reporting or other tools. We will show you a couple of examples of Jira dashboards built in Power BI, such as Jira Project Dashboard, Sprint Dashboard, and some others. And in the end, you will be able to see the demo of one of our products, which has the built-in Power BI dashboard templates, and you will see it in action, how it actually works. In the end, we plan to have 5 minutes for a Q&A session, so you will be able to ask any questions. You can ask them in the chat already. We have a moderator here with us. So all of your questions will be then read and we will answer them, or you will be able to pick up Word, if I'm not mistaken, in the end, if you want to ask it from the voice. So feel free to prepare your questions and write them to us. Okay, so as promised, a brief introduction about why Jira is useful for business analytics. As you know, our world has become rapidly project-driven. So everything that we do in our daily work, in the workflows, is part of a certain project. And from this perspective, when teams collaborate on the project using Jira, every team member can access and contribute to data on planning, tracking, and product release. So from this perspective, using Jira as a main project management tool, it is crucial to have its data part of the business analytics on the corporate level or on the institution level. Because using Jira data and analyzing it, the companies or the teams or the team leaders can have a single view on the projects to take decisions on time and to keep the right direction, to keep the focus. The project team can actually see their impact, not personal, but their team impact and their contribution to overall business results. It is also possible to dive deep in a certain project or in certain project stage to see the performance, workload estimations, whatever. And generally to measure the project effectiveness, the profitability, to follow the dependence of customer satisfaction level and the project performance, and many other things that can be done. to give you an overview of the external BI tools that are generally present on the market, taking the best practice, I've put here the Gartner quadrant. And as you see, there are a lot of big and smaller companies who are located in this quadrant in different parts. But I must say that in 2022, it's the 4th consecutive year when the Gartner names Microsoft to be the leader in the business intelligence platform rating. So honestly, the major part of the market seems to be held by this product, though it's not the only tool that it exists, because as you see, there is Microsoft Power BI, Tableau software from Salesforce, Google BigQuery, Oracle Analytics, SAP Analytics Cloud, Looker, Qlik, and many others. So it means that any company can choose the tool that is preferable based on the requests and on the processes and on many other factors. But today, for our presentation, we have chosen Power BI as an example of the external BI software, which can be used to build reports based on Jira data. So to start building reports, of course, you need to somehow integrate these tools. And as it's not the topic of our presentation, I will not go deep on this, but just to let you know that there are several options available and any company can choose which one is perfect. For example, the integration can be executed using Jira REST API. So you can develop a custom solution to integrate Jira with Power BI based on your request. Also, in open beta, the cloud enterprise customers can use cloud enterprise customers of Jira Software and Jira Service Management. They can use the Atlassian data lake to extract Jira data and transfer it to Power BI. And in addition, one more option is to use a ready solution, a marketplace app like our Power BI connector for Jira, for example. I'm not mentioning other options. They are also possible, like CSV file integration, for example, but it's not, it is also an option to integrate, but not a seamless and constant integration. That's why I omitted it here, but just for you to know, it also exists. So we are communicating with customers on a daily basis. And from time to time, we get insights why they are using Power BI for Jira reporting. So why companies prefer to build reporting outside of Jira in external BI tools like Power BI, for example. The first and the most obvious case is that the built-in features and capabilities of Jira reporting doesn't fit their reporting request. So this is clear, I think. For example, a lot of reports much easier to be built in Power BI because you can build a single report and convenient Power BI dashboard instead of switching between number of Jira charts. One more point is when the customers wish to build reports based on Jira custom fields, for example, filtering, or they want to use marketplace apps custom fields, because as you know, very rarely Jira instance is existing without any additional applications from the marketplace. So it's also important to be able to analyze their data as well. One more point is that building reports in Power BI allows to build combined reporting on multiple Jira projects in one dashboard. In addition to it, it is often used to build consolidated reporting across all business functions when Jira is only one data source where the customers get input to Power BI. They also combine Jira data with their CRM data, ERP systems like SAP, for example, ITSM like ServiceNow, or any other. So an option when you need to consolidate data from different data sources, and Jira is only one of them, is a use case when companies prefer to build reporting in Power BI instead of building it inside Jira. One more thing, which is also mentioned, that Power BI reports can be automatically updated. There is an option to schedule a refresh, automated refresh on the Power BI side. If I'm not mistaken, the most often is 1 in 30 minutes. And thus the data will be automatically updated. And the users can be sure that they see the actual data in their Power BI report. One more point, again, is that the Power BI dashboard, the ready dashboard, can be shared with the needed stakeholders. And one of the cases is when you need to share your Power BI reports built on Jira data with non-Jira users. For example, the companies who are cooperating with contractors and they need to provide a report to contractor without providing them access inside the Jira to show the time logged or whatever, it's a good option to build this report in Power BI and share it without providing access inside Jira instance. And the last point, which I would like to mention, that building reports in Power BI provides trust to data quality, because sometimes we face an issue when different Jira users may see different reports inside Jira, and it's not acceptable on the company level. A building report externally, like in Power BI, gives an opportunity to have a single process owner for overall reporting in Power BI. And this is sometimes also very important, especially for big companies having multiple instances and multiple business software, which is integrated for reporting to Power BI. So here we come for exact use cases from one of our customers. I invite Luba to pick up here.
Yeah. So let me tell you a little bit more about the use cases. This is probably most common use cases. The simplest one you can do in the Power BI. And the first use case, as a project lead, I want to know how many tasks did my team complete in each sprint. And probably you know that the sprint can consist from different issues, from different projects. It can involve different teams that work on this particular sprint. And to provide a specific team leader with overall statistic, it would be helpful to get all this information related to the sprints for this particular team leader, and provide with the ability to filter the results according to the teams and the users that involves in this team. So Power BI allows to do this and allows to apply specific filters. And moreover, this report can be built for all the company, and team leader can just apply these filters this particular leader needs. So it helps for the team leaders. The next use case, as a project member, how many did I complete in each specific epic? So this is mostly about the user performance, the team member performance. And at this point, since the epic consists from different stories, a numerous number of stories, and the process in different companies really differ. If the story assigned from the very beginning until the end for some specific person, it's easy to understand how much did every team member complete in this particular epic. But if you have some more complex, and I believe this is a more common case actually, when the issue comes from one assignee to another, in this case, it's helpful to research about the time spent for this particular already done issues in this epic, and see the statistics and analyze how much each member complete in this epic, how much work is still should be done, how many work already done. So this is mostly for the team members point of view and analytics. The next use case, as a project manager, I want to see how many requests were made to the team I manage. This common case for the service desk teams who works with the requests. And actually, this kind of report helps to predict the workload on particular team and investigate if it's possible to extend the team, and if we need to extend the team to cover all the requests, or for example, any other additional insight can be get from this point of view. The next use case, as a project lead, I want to know how many days items are staying in the backlog. This is interesting case because according to our experience, everybody would like to know how much time we have these issues in the backlog, and in the Jira, you can definitely review this information by investigating the backlog. But if you consolidate all this data in the Power BI, you can apply filters, you can sort the issues, you can even see the overall statistic across different projects. And this is just allows for the management see the clear view of the whole picture about this. And the last case I would like to mention, as a project administrator, I want to see the status of each of my projects across the Jira. And actually, this is like a combined report, which includes a lot of additional filters. So you can see the full picture of all the projects according to one particular project lead, or you can go deeper into the details. Power BI allows a lot of opportunities to build this kind of visualization. So this is up to the management, how this visualization can be implemented and what kind of visuals you'd like to implement for this. And let me go for the next slide. And actually, this is the dashboard I just mentioned, the last case. That's the overall project dashboard. And you can see here that it can be filtered by specific project, or you can see everything like statistic for everything. I'm going to talk about this particular dashboard a little bit later. So I'm going to switch to another slide. And this is also a most common report. Companies would like to see the time work report, which shows you the statistic of spent time on some specific period of time. And additionally, you can see statistic by users and projects.
Yeah, so this is the example of the reports for certain project, which can be shared with external stakeholders when you need that to provide the log time information and the time spent on the certain project for external contractor, for example.
And another dashboard, this is a sprint dashboard. You can filter the sprint dashboard according to the sprints, according to the dates, according to the priority in these sprints about the issues, and also see the statistic about the open issues, which is also really important to understand if you have some estimates and you should be done with this estimate.
And it's also possible to select the sprints which have already been completed, to get some information about their success and progress, to get some lessons learned or insights for the future sprints. So it's possible to run it for a current sprint, a single one, for example, or to get input about the sprints which have already been completed.
Sure. So this provides you with all the statistics you can see in just one single view.
Okay.
And here the how actually all of these dashboards we have implemented,
and not only this.
Yes, a lot of dashboards implemented in our solution for the Jira Cloud, and they can be found under the templates. So this is an easy to use solution, and actually it's really helpful for those who are not familiar with Jira data or with the Power BI tools, because you can have the build dashboard just in a few clicks. And let me just switch to the demo about our
how it works.
Yep, and we can show you all in action. First of all, you can see the connector, how it looks like at that Atlassian marketplace. So basically it's available for Jira Cloud and for Jira Data Center. But for now, I'm going to talk about the Jira Cloud. And you can start this free trial if you're a site admin, or if you're not a site admin, you can request to install this app and try the app at your instance. As soon as you install the app, you can apply some tokens and integrate the application you have at your instance, and get the data from these additional third-party apps. And actually, we have a long list of such apps in our documentation. So here, just that one that need to be additionally integrated. And let me show you how easy the process is about importing the data. All you need to do, just provide the connector with a name, some descriptive name, because some of the companies would like to provide the Power BI analytics with different connectors. And you can select, I believe, everything from Jira standard fields. And the most interesting part of it that you can select any kind of a custom field created within your instance and import the custom fields data also. And you can, we recommend to have requirements and select the fields just to understand what type of information you'd like to get as the output and select the tables. Just scroll through the tables and select that one you need for your reports.
Especially so for those who have millions of issues, it's better to filter to select only the fields you need for certain reports.
The application supports everything for the Jira work management software and the Jira service desk. And for Jira software, we have some additional filters implemented because in these tables, we have a lot of data. According to our experience, a lot of sprints, a lot of issues, a lot of boards. So you can filter this information directly at the connector side and import only those data you really need for your reports. As for the Jira work management, you can also apply filters and make your import results more specific. You can filter by simple filters like basic filter. You can just click and select that one you need for reports, or apply the JQL filter. The JQL allows you to use this flexible possibility to filter the issues you have. So the JQL filter is more flexible than the basic for sure. And here you can apply this filter, and especially if you have already configured filters, you can use just copy paste functionality and use the JQL filter. As soon as you selected all the fields you need, you can preview the entity relationship diagram. This is just for your convenience to see what tables are going to be imported and how the data scheme is look like. So just for your reference. As soon as you save the connector, you are ready to go to the Power BI. So application provide you with the link. And let me show you how the templates work. So here are the list of the templates that are available for now. And actually, we are working on to add more of them. This is a brief preview of the templates we have. You can select any of the templates and create the data source through the wizard and have this particular dashboard or already with your data in the Power BI. And I'm going to show you how to create such a dashboard. And as an example, I'm going to use the first one, the Jira project dashboard. And the process is really easy. So you select this template. At this stage, you can apply some projects as a filter if you'd like, but you can just import everything. And at the next stage, you see the application creates the link instead of you. So it selects the data instead of you.
Instead of doing the previous step, if you're just creating from scratch for the template, the data source is already predefined.
Okay, yes. And at this stage, when we finish the creation, you saw that we downloaded the template. And in the Power BI, we can import this template and use this build data source. Yes. So here, everything you should do, just select the template you downloaded, copy the connector link that is shown at your data source list, and insert this particular data source as a source for this particular dashboard. So the process is really easy. This is a good point to start if you're not familiar with the Power BI or if you're not familiar with the Jira. According to our experience, some of the companies would like to involve Power BI specialists to create this kind of a dashboard. And these kind of a specialist is not familiar with the Jira data. So this is also important to understand.
It's a good point to start, and then you can customize the dashboard according to your needs.
Sure.
So you can use a template as a starting point to see how it works and what it shows, and then just to customize it, however.
Adjust according to your needs.
Yeah.
So as soon as the data is imported, you can see the specific data for your instance. And here you can select you can see, for example, information about this particular wizard. So this is like a clue for you to understand what is visual about. But actually, everything is pretty understandable and clear. And here you can see that you can choose and filter the data by particular project and see the overall statistic about the issues total in this project and how many issues were done, and this project progress also provided with the information like a progress bar. So here for this particular project, we see that some issues are still should be done, and one of the wizard showed the user workload report. For example, it helps to understand how many issues assigned for some particular user, the issues estimate, and you can expand any of these data and see some more details for some particular issues. For example, if the estimated time was not enough for completing this issue, and investigate if something else should be done with this issue to be in time. And the open issues report allows you to see the priority and filter by priority and see the most important issue for this particular project, and see if you have some priority issues without assigning, and act accordingly. And as you see, the Power BI allowed this possibility to filter all the wizards according to some specific details. So if you click some information, everything will be filtered out according to this particular parameter.
So they're interactive.
Yeah, so you can
That's
just
amazing.
get more details. So this is a basic Power BI functionality, actually. Let's review one additional dashboard, the Jira time report. The process is the same. So you import the template, you insert the link, and you can get the data from your instance. So I don't think I need to comment something on this. So it's really easy, understandable.
So on the app interface side, you can choose a template, download it, and the app generates a data source automatically, selecting the exact fields that are used for this dashboard. And then you just need to upload the template to Power BI, insert the link which the app has generated, and you will get your exact. What is important here to say about the permissions? So if I have access to certain projects in Jira according to my user roles and user permissions provided by admin, I will be able to see only these projects in Power BI. So it's also important to note about this in terms of data privacy, and as it's a commonly asked question. So how the data access is managed on Power BI side outside of Jira. So just for you to know that there are a few levels of sharing settings on the app level, but in any way you will be able to see only the data which you have access to in Power BI.
Yes, and additionally, I would like to mention that by default, this app is available only for Jira admins and other users who have administrative privileges. And if you'd like to share this permission with other users, you definitely need to provide this particular user with access, because we believe definitely not all Jira users should have the access to this app.
Well, it's a normal case when you have 1,000 users in Jira and 10 business analytics who are working with the app. So you can set it up on the app administration level.
Yeah, so let's review the time report. The time report allowed you to involve only working days, like a standard working days, or involve the weekends also, if it's common for your company to work on weekends. Yes. Additionally, you can choose the project you're interested in, or see the just overall statistic for all the projects you involved in this particular data source. if you apply this filter during the implementation. You can see the statistic for users. You can filter from user perspective. And additionally, what you can do, you can see the work time for these particular users. What you can else to do, you can involve different periods of times and see the overall for a long period, or just filter out for some particular months and include some specific, as already mentioned, projects. So right now I'm going to filter by project and see the overall statistics for this project. So, and the full-time work report by days, you can also find in the latest visual. Some additional information you can find if you click any kind of element and the visuals, and everything will be filtered out according to this visual.
It's amazing. The interactivity is really amazing.
Yeah, the Power BI actually the leader at this market.
Pretty good. It's pretty good in building reports. Yeah.
Carol says, I said I won't step in, but I have to. We don't have time at all.
Okay. Okay.
But we have one answer. I've answered it, one question. I've answered it in the chat, but I can duplicate it for you.
So we are actually finalizing the last thing which I wanted to say was that the connectors like you've just seen is also available not only for Power BI, but for Tableau, for BigQuery, Oracle Analytics, and SAP Analytics Cloud. So if you're using any other tool, not Power BI, so feel free to browse our connectors on the marketplace. And just for you to know, we have the same solution for ServiceNow, Zendesk, or Shopify. So you can also take a look at this. Feel free to visit our booth and set up a one-on-one for more detailed discussion on any of the points you have just mentioned, or drop us a line at Atlassian@AlphaServe.com. We'll be happy to answer. So, Natalie, the questions, some minutes for questions, please.
We have one. Is there a beginner's guide we can reference for teams who use Jira dashboards but want to get started with Power BI?
Okay, what can I comment here? We have a description of all the dashboards and the metrics in the documentation, and at the same time for our application we provide a step-by-step instruction how to use the templates, how to download. So everything you have just seen is described in a step-by-step mode with screenshots in the product documentation. And moreover, if it's needed, we can provide a live demo session for the whole team, which you can record and then use for your purposes, or you can, during demo session, you can ask some specific questions like where or how should I pick up the fields if I need to build this and this, where to find certain fields, so anything. This is what actually the live demo sessions are designed for.
Yeah.
I hope it's a good answer. Any other questions?
No, that was the one.
Oh, okay, great.
Just fine.
Yeah, everyone, thank you for your attention. And we, of course, invite you to visit the virtual booth and set up a one-on-one. We'll be happy to talk on anything regarding Power BI, Jira, reporting, templates, whatever you wish. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.